Fellow fighters and fans of Mortal Kombat, welcome back. This video is going to be covering Jade and Mortal Kombat 1. There's more information now that has been released since Ghostface's debut. The word deconfirmation is popping around now for characters that won't be in Mortal Kombat 1, or at least most likely won't be, which is interesting because usually I just see confirmation videos of characters that are more likely, but I guess I can see it with MK1 being a bigger game and with more characters expected in this game. Real quick before I share some of those names though, I do want to share for Jade players. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There was a video posted just a few days ago stating that Jade would be deconfirmed, but the video itself is more theory based, whereas the information we have now is provided by Interloko. And if you're not familiar with who Interloko is, he is a data miner that has called the shots on a lot of the reveals before they were officially announced. Interloko was able to call the shots on confirmations for the DLC characters in Kombat Pack 2. Him and the Thinny have practically got just about everything correct so far that's been revealed in Mortal Kombat 1. I did a poll recently asking who you would like to see return in Mortal Kombat 1, and that is between Scarlet and Jade. Which one would you like to see come back? And I gotta say I was very surprised by the reaction of this poll, that so many fans wanted to see Jade come back over Scarlet. I'm not disregarding Scarlet or Jade by any sense in saying that, I was just really surprised how many more Jade fans there are. So for Jade fans, I do want to share, yes, a video did come out recently saying she's likely not going to be in the game, but then shortly after Interloko said that it's very possible that she will be in the game, and that is through files of MK1. Again, Interloko is a data miner and he was able to run some filters through the files. These are some characters that came back, and it does seem like it's a very sophisticated process. Dynasty had shared this himself when he covered these, but I will say this, Interloko is very credible. That doesn't mean he's right with everything, or that this is surefire. However, he has got so many things right, and if we take a look at the characters listed here, characters with the green box around them are more likely to be seen in Mortal Kombat 1. Are they guaranteed? They certainly aren't, but they are definitely not deconfirmed. So if anything, it's exciting because it does show the true potential of some characters that we're going to see in Kombat Pack 3. And I can't say I'm too surprised to see Suhao on there because Mortal Kombat loves to do gaffes. Also, these are possible cameos or main characters, and in the past it sounds like Nightwolf files have been there for a while, so I do feel like that's very possible, but I would say the one that puts me more on the fence is Triborg. We already have Cyrax and Sector as cameos, Cyrax and Sector as main characters, and as much as I feel like Nightwolf is possible, it's odd to see that he's paired with him because I just don't see Triborg being that possible, but anything is possible. I also want to share a couple more things that I think makes Jade's possibility more credible. We know an actress that has worked as Jade visit NetherRealm Studios, and that is around the time of Mortal Kombat 1. Was she there for a visit or was she there for work? And because that happened, I don't use that as my Hail Mary to say Jade's going to be in Mortal Kombat 1. If anything, it's that Ed Boon has shared he is very self-aware of the characters that fans want in the game right now. And Ed Boon is out there asking questions to the fans of which characters they would like to see in the game. Also, there is the debate of Chameleon as a cameo getting the powers of Melina, Katana, and Jade. Some say that, well, Chameleon has Jade's abilities, why would she be in the game? But Chameleon also has Melina and Katana's abilities, so if anything, I think it makes it more credible, or what I mean to say is possible. And the theory that was thrown out there was that Tanya was the replacement of Jade for this game. And maybe some people truly do believe that, to each their own, but I do think it's distinguishable enough between the two that they are different. Sure, some of the weapon attacks may be similar, but there's so much difference too. Ed Boon and WB said there's going to be more focus on Mortal Kombat, and there are a lot of Mortal Kombat fans out there asking for more female characters on the roster. And trust me, there's also some more exciting characters as possibilities too. I think Blaze would be an awesome one. I do think it's odd to see him before Onaga. However, if they don't plan on using Blaze in the story right now, and they would use him say as a cameo, I'm all for it. Or if they do have plans to use him in the story before Onaga, I'm very intrigued to see what this is going to be like. All I ask is that he doesn't get reduced to some status of like a jobber, or like the Shinnok treatment of MKX where we see him for a little bit and then we won't see him again till the very end and it's like gone. I kind of feel like this is the way they treated Havoc with Chaos Reigns as well. We didn't get to see him as much as I thought he was hyped up to be. I've got to say this though, that I am always a fan of fleshing out a good story, and for those that don't know, this is Blaze from his first appearance in the 3D era of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Yes, I do know that Blaze was first introduced to Mortal Kombat 2 in the background of the pit, but in the 3D era where most fans know Blaze from, this is actually his first form in Deadly Alliance. And I don't think that this is really likely, but if he is going to be a character in the game, how cool cool would it be if they start off fresh with him? Introduce him to us in the game in his first form before he becomes a giant. And we did finish the pyramid in vanilla Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know that we would revisit the pyramid again with Blaze being all bulked out, but I can say I think I would have preferred that over Quan Chi and Shang Tsung being on top of the pyramid. But he is on the list, and that's pretty exciting. And I do realize I may be speaking as part of a vocal minority on that. Now, the way Interloko comes up with this information and runs these filters sounds like a very complicated process. This is our last box of possibilities for KP3. He had went on to deconfirm some other fan favorite characters, and this is the result of what was left. Also in this box of possibilities, Jade is included again. And of course his others like Blaze and Nightwolf, Triborg, but this time we have Kotal Khan and Dagon. But it doesn't look like Dagon and Blaze are tied together. That is in the possibility box of release. In Armageddon, they were key players in the story. So this is mere speculation. I could see them being more of cameos if one releases, say just Dagon or just Blaze. And I know it's kind of hard to see in this image, but it does say Cassie Blade. And Interloko referenced that it's possible that the major Blade references in Chaos Reigns were actually towards Cassie and not Sonya. So if these possibilities are true, it doesn't look like we're going to get Kano, Jax, Sonya, but it is interesting how many Red and Black Dragon characters we're getting, or could be getting. He did put in an edit below these characters, plus Hanzo Hasashi. So Hanzo may be a playable character of his own, which is a whole topic of itself because so many people have chosen Hanzo to bear the mantle of other characters. I think some of this could be tomfoolery from NRS because seeing Mocap and Suhao on here is like, At the same time, I don't think any of us saw Darius or Janet Cage coming. Some of these characters are really hard to imagine, but again, any of these are possible, and these ones are listed as possible because they have available information in the files. And I can see how learning from some of this news may be disappointing to some people who are really hoping to get Cassie Cage in the game. I mean, it still looks like she's very possible, it's just that she could be Cassie Blade instead of Cage, which genuinely makes a lot of sense since Johnny Cage is really on his own in this timeline, and she probably comes from her own timeline. Also, it looked like Kung Jin was a possibility too, and there really is a pool between Kung Jin as far as people who really like him or just really don't like him. I don't know too many people that are in between. And the Combat kids in general, I just really haven't heard much about Jackie. And I really do feel like making a poll on this because I want to ask, how many people genuinely like Kotal Khan? I really didn't think that many people did, but then I learned there are some people that really love this character. I do know there's some people that really don't like him, but I don't think he gets as much hate as, say, Chronica or Devora. And as far as possibilities go, some people say they don't think he'll be on there just because Conan the Barbarian will be in there, because Conan's also similar to Kotal in being like a buff character that's also a two-handed sword wielder, but I still really wouldn't rule that out as a possibility, just because we've seen clones of characters go from the main roster to the cameo roster, and from the cameo roster to the main roster. So for Kotal fans out there, it looks like there's a possibility of him being in the game too. So of course, I can't confirm Jade, but I can say this, Jade fans, don't be discouraged, because one of the best data miners out there has confirmed that she is possible to be in the next Kombat Pack. And just throwing my 2 cents in there too, I think she's pretty possible as well because she is a very beloved character. Ed Boon has been poking around the fan base. He has also admitted that they are very aware of the characters that the fans want back in the game right now. Yes, I think it's very possible we see Jade. I think it'd be more wild for her not to be in the game than to be in the game. I would be surprised if she doesn't make it. And let me know what you think of all these recent findings. Please like and subscribe to support this channel. It really does go a long way. Much love everyone. I'll see you in the next video.